if you ever had to design an ink bottle, you've done ink and pens, so why not ink bottles? What would it look like? Assuming you're going for both beauty and practicality, how much ink would you have it holding? What bits of various bottles would you want to keep? What thing would you do that no one else seems to have thought about? And what bits of other bottles would you not use at all? So for me, I think the perfect size of ink bottle is 50 milliliters. It's a good amount of ink. It's not too much. When you get above 50 milliliters, you're really committed to that bottle of ink. And it's in all practical. Like if you have one ink color that you love, having more than 50 milliliters might make sense. But like I have plenty of Noodler's 3-ounce bottles. Literally, I've only ever gone through one of those bottles completely, which is Noodler's Black, which I've used for every Nibnook writing sample that we've ever done for all the pens that have come through this building. That's the only one that I've gone through an entire 3-ounce Noodler's bottle in the 8 years that I've been involved in fountain pens. So you really don't need more than 50 milliliters, in my opinion. You can always buy multiple bottles. You can always get, so I think that's the perfect amount. You go less than that and you get kind of small and it becomes the ink level. It gets more difficult to fill. So I really like 50 mil just because of out of a standard amount. I love the design of the Pilot Iroshizuku bottles. I love the design of the Pelican Edelstein bottles. I like kind of that cleaner look, more of a polished bottle, a little bit heavier glass. I like that look. Of course, it costs more to do that kind of stuff, but whatever. We're not talking about cost here. You're just talking about ink design. No, I do like that. I like having a wide neck. That's also what I like about both of those bottles. Is I'm really not a fan of the really narrow necks. And I mean, I want a wide neck. I want you don't have to worry about any pen filling out of that bottle. And both of those are really good for that. What would be really cool would be have some kind of an ink reservoir. So I know some of the ink bottles, think about the Iroshizuku's got a little dip in the middle. Lamy has got a nice dip for kind of a reservoir. Going with that, like Mont Blanc, their kind of shoe bottle, nice reservoir there. I like that concept, I really do. It's definitely more expensive to design a bottle like that as opposed to some symmetrical thing. But I would really try to incorporate something like that if it was at all practical. I wouldn't do it at any cost, but if it could be practical to incorporate something in there. That, or you could go the route of maybe a Namiki bottle that has a plastic insert, or you think about the TWSBI inkwell, how it has a plastic insert in there. That works pretty well in terms of being able to fill when the ink level gets low. That's really kind of what I'm going at with all that stuff. So those are all really cool. And then I'm not super into string on my bottles, so it's even Iroshizuku, as much as I love that ink, I always get ink all over the string. And I think part of the idea with the string is it can catch a little bit of the ink if it kind of goes over, but it's then it gets all inky and it just looks kind of gross, and then I end up tossing it. So most of my Iroshizuku bottles don't have the string on them just because I ditch the string. And I think about Jerabon has really nice looking elements on their ink bottles, but then as I am using them, I get ink everywhere and it ends up kind of looking splotchy and stuff. So I would rather have more of a clean, crisp bottle. That's what I like about the Edelstein is they don't even have a paper, label on the bottle itself. It's like a imprinted, kind of thing, or overlay on the glass itself. That I actually really like a lot. So that component I would probably try to do from Edelstein. And then an interesting concept that I like would be the filler tube, like you have on the TWSBI inkwells. You know how you can attach the pen to it, and it's got a tube that goes down and kind of draws the ink up. I think that's really cool. And trying to incorporate something like that that could be maybe more universal. I don't know if it'd be practical to do something like that on every bottle of ink that would go out, or if that's more of an inkwell, or the Stipula Netto system has something like that, the TWSBI inkwell. Having something like that, it might require more engineering and cost than would be practical to include on every single bottle of ink as it goes out. So I don't know, maybe I just need to concentrate on developing more of a traveling inkwell specifically sort of situation, but that I think is just a really cool, kind of fascinating thing. So there you go, those are my thoughts, just kind of, top of mind things going on with ink bottles.